Hi. As you know, I'm Major General John Harris, the Assistant Adjutant General for Army, and I'm here with the command team, Command Sergeant Major Jones and Command Chief Warrant Officer Stockman. And we came to you today for two reasons. First of all, tell you best wishes through the holiday season. More about that in a moment. The other reason is, as we've gone through the last year or so, we've conducted numerous surveys, sensing sessions, Buckeye Solarium sessions, and I feel that it's our responsibility as a command team to keep you informed on what we're doing with all that feedback that you provided for us. The first thing I want to talk about is probably one of your number one complaints was that we don't do a very good job of protecting your training time, and we impose a lot of last minute requirements on you, specifically things like community relations events or public affairs events. So one of the things we've implemented here at the Joint Force Headquarters is what we've brought back the Joint Action Working Group or Joint Activities Working Group. And what that body does is actually take those community relations requests, runs them through a process, and then brings them upstairs to myself or the ATAG Air for approval. So now we see those things before they actually come to you. What's most important about this, though, is that we are going to hold the requesters to a timeline. Now, we may send you some requests inside those timelines, but they're generally going to be askers. What that means is that when you get it, you'll have the choice. If you've got the resources and the manpower and the equipment to support it and you want to support it, you can, but it's completely within your power and your authority if it's inside those planning windows to say, no, I can't support this, and to turn those back. So we're pushing the power down to the level where it belongs to protect your training time. Now, you will get some occasional last minute taskers, but we're certainly going to significantly reduce those. And those last minute ones will generally be like from the Department of Veteran Services or something from the governor's office that's just essential for us to support. So in general, we're protecting your training time, and I just want you to know that we're taking steps and listening to you. Command Sergeant Major has some other things he'd like to talk to you about.
During the Buckeye Solarium conducted during the Army Leaders Conference this past September, one of the issues identified was how far some of our soldiers are driving to drill. Now, some of them are driving up to 2 to 3 hours to drill. That's about the equivalent of a convoy movement from Camp Ravenna to Camp Sherman. Now, we would never allow a driver of a military vehicle to drive that far after working an 8 to 10 to 12-hour workday without proper rest. That's exactly what some of our soldiers are doing. Now, as leaders, we have to maintain the delicate balance between the health and welfare of our soldiers and accomplishing the mission. Now, a lot of our soldiers will be hesitant to say, hey, I want to find a unit closer to my home because they feel like they're letting their command, their unit, and their battle buddies down. So it's going to require a mature leader to talk to these soldiers and let them understand they're not letting their unit down or their battle buddies down. It's just good business practice to get these soldiers as close as we can to their home of records to ease the burden on them, and that requires a mature leader. So I would encourage all of our company troop, battery, first sergeants, and commanders to talk to their soldiers, look at how far they're driving to drill, and do the right thing.
I want to remind you of some of the great training resources that we have available here in the great state of Ohio, in particular Camp Ravenna. We have a lot of new TADS training additions to Camp Ravenna. You're used to things such as the Engagement Skills Trainer, the Zero Range, the Shoot House, which can provide both building clearing, room clearing, and active shooter scenarios. Some of the new training aids that have been added to Camp Ravenna are the Dismounted Soldier Training System, better known as DSTS, or the VCOT, which is a trainer that can basically assist you at not only the individual level, but the squad and platoon level as well. You know, in the future, fielding plans for Camp Ravenna are exciting as well when it comes to virtual reality. They're looking at adding an EST2 and a Call for Fire trainer. So make sure that as you develop your unit training plans, both short-term and long-term, that you are adding Camp Ravenna to that plan.
In closing, we would like to thank all of you and your families for your dedicated service to our great state and nation, and wish you a safe and happy holiday season and all the best in the new year.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Fight tonight.